morning show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Watcher, on the panel tonight is the one and only Bridgeman, and of course, Southside.
Oh, Southside, the Southside, yeah, the Southside, the Southside. Everybody do the Southside, yeah, the Southside, the Southside. Raise your hands to do the Southside, yeah.
How we doing, Bridge?
Oh, what can I say? Can I just say, big good evening to you two guys. Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. And a very happy Bridgman says, good evening.
How we doing, Southside?
Aye, good mate. Good evening to yourself, good evening to Bridgeman, and good evening to everybody listening to Rangers Radio tonight.
Well, I've not got a jingle yet, Bridge. You've got a few.
Good evening to yourself, good evening to Bridgeman, and good evening to
what are you making these pups coming on here, Bridge?
Southside's all right. He'll remember, not today again. He's the top man.
Right, I'll tell you what, we planned for this evening. How do we get this started? Well, I think it's only right that because you're bursting with excitement, Mr. B, yeah?
Yep.
We get the view from the bridge.
Oh, yes.
View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore. View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to A View from the Bridge. And it's the old Bridgeman here going to tell you a few words about the game on Saturday. So, on my thoughts on it. I thought, what a fantastic game for us, and a wonderful 4-0 result for the famous. Absolutely outstanding. Aberdeen created about 3 chances in the whole game, and McGregor made good saves to thwart them. The Bridgeman said it was 4 going on 14. We absolutely mollicated them. I'd imagine that every Rangers fan they're all still buzzing after that result. Every player was in top form. Well done to all. To the Bears who got the correct score, well done indeed. Hope you had a bet on it. Okay, started off first 14 minutes. We pressurised Aberdeen, made a few chances and half chances. We looked really good. On 15 minutes, Ryan Kent got possession from Scott Arfield in midfield, sold the Aberdeen player Ojo a dummy and nutmegged them. Then ran on to smash the ball home with a great shot, which took a deflection and beat the keeper. 1-0 to the famous. On 29 minutes, Kemar Roof picked the ball up, ran across the 18-yard line and had a left foot shot that was down the centre of the goal into the net. That was assisted by Connor Golson, of all people. 2-0 to the famous. In the 49 minutes, a Scott Arfield left-footed shot from outside the box took a deflection and beat the keeper. 3-0 to the famous. Excuse me. On 53 minutes, Rangers were deservedly awarded a penalty. This allowed the Taft to step up and score from the spot. 4-0 to the famous. Rangers were denied a stonewall penalty in the first half. Ojo taking Roof out. The ref was rubbish. Rangers created some good chances, but with a mixture of good goalkeeping and last-gasp defending, Aberdeen held on without conceding any more goals. Final score, 4-0 to the Rangers. Player by player, McGregor gave him a 7, Tavernier 8, great performance, Goldson 8, great performance, Balogun 7, Barisic 7, Arfield 8, great performance, excuse me, Jack 7, Aribo 7, Roof 8, that's his best game in the Rangers shirt, Morelos 7, Kent 9, had a really great game. Man of the match, I thought, was Kent, closely followed by Arfield, Tavernier, Goldson and Roof. Brilliant. What a great performance by these guys. Possession 71% to Rangers, Aberdeen 29. Shots on target 5 for Rangers, 3 for Aberdeen. Shots off target 13 for Rangers, 4 for Aberdeen. Corners 9 for Rangers, 6 for Aberdeen. Fouls 9 each. Brilliant performance and result for our fans, players, management, team and club. Once again, hats off to Steven Gerrard. And that's the end of a view from a bridge.
Well, Southside. And you come, mate. Give us your thoughts and any comments on the view from the bridge.
I think the bridge man's quite spot on. It was a long 2 weeks, guys, wasn't it, to wait to see the Rangers. And what a performance they put in yesterday. It was absolutely magnificent. I thought it was some outstanding performances. I hear the bridge went for Kent. I thought Arfield yesterday was absolutely amazing. I thought it was excellent. I thought he was involved in the game throughout, from start to finish. Topped it off with a goal. But I thought he was absolutely outstanding. I thought Tav was close, and Goldson and Kent. But I just edged it myself to Arfield. Guys, that's just my opinion, though.
I can't disagree with you. When you're going to pick the man of the match, you just go with what you know. And as I said, the four men you mentioned could have been any one of them. And you went for Arfield. I'm a big fan of Arfield. I thought just on the overall play for the duration that he was there, I thought Kent was just outstanding. He ran everything for me, and Arfield picked everything up, did a lot of good tackling, and I'm not going to say too much. Goldson, Roof, I thought Roof was outstanding as well. So we can say what we want to say. I just went for Kent. Did Kent actually win the man of the match?
I think he did. I think he did. But look, I think that's a great thing, the fact that we'll put in a team performance, because it was a team performance. And we're arguing who had 8 and who had 9. That's got to be a positive thing, Southsider.
We came out the traps yesterday, didn't we? We were flying right for the off. The work rate was brilliant. The amount of running off the ball yesterday was brilliant as well. I mean, I watched the game back again and I was watching it, and some of the movement was brilliant. And the way we picked the team, I think the team was similar to the Hamilton game, where we had the one holding sort of midfielder, and he was letting Arfield and Aribo go forward along with the front three. So it was really like an attacking team. And I think for the off, I think that's what he fancied. I think he thought we'll just have a right go at them. And we certainly did. And we gave them a battering in the end of the day. And it's all positive in it, guys, going forward.
Can I ask you, before we open the phone lines and that, can I ask you something? Obviously, the goalie, the good save for Kent, the one for the own goal, we should have done another penalty kick. We've tried to pass it in for the last 20 minutes. Was there much in that performance compared to Hamilton? Have we dismissed them as maybe as easily as we did Hamilton?
You mean the game, yesterday's game?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a better performance than against Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Aberdeen. I didn't think we were that bad. In all honesty, I just think we were that good. And if we'd scored a couple of goals or even 10 goals, they would never have couldn't complain, because they put out what they had, and there was a few, for me, a couple of nasty tight tackles. But other than that, it was a really good game, and Rangers flowed. They flowed from the back to the front. Absolutely outstanding. That's one of the best teams in Scotland, if not the third best team. Unbelievable. Seriously, we absolutely mollicated them. And yes, I agree. We should have had a score penalty.
Bridge, we've been joined by a caller, but it's not a caller, it's a guest. I believe Murray's joined us. Evening, Murray.
Good evening, everybody.
How are we doing, mate? Welcome to Rangers Radio, mate.
Thanks very much for inviting us on tonight.
Yeah, do you want to tell people what you represent, mate?
Well, I'm myself and Tom Clark. We're two of the guys that do a lot of the admin for the Rangers Supporters Erskine Appeal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, brilliant, mate, brilliant.
We're absolutely delighted by the donation that Rangers Radio have just made from the little football card that you got sorted.
Yeah.
An incredible amount of £815.
Yeah, it would have been a bit more, but somebody took a 5% charge off us, mate, for managing the fund.
Hey, well, listen, it's most appreciated. What we have with the Rangers supporters, the Erskine Appeal, I'll say RSCA from now on. Everybody knows what it is. It's all about individual Rangers fans and groups and supporters clubs coming together and doing a little bit to raise some money and get the donations coming in. That's the way we've worked right from the start, and it's been great. As I say, groups like yourself at Rangers Radio, guys like Partick Bowling Club that organise the annual Bowls Day are great helps, and all sorts of supporters clubs, as I say, across the country, across the world, that get involved. And whether it's buying the annual pin badge, or whether it's coming to an event when we're allowed to have them, all these wee small amounts add up to the fantastic amounts that we've been able to raise for Erskine, and to help look after our veteran servicemen and women that the Erskine look after, both at the Erskine home, at the Glasgow home, also at the Edinburgh place as well. So, as I say, it's one of the things when we're speaking to the team at Erskine, they always want us to relay back their big thanks and for all the support that the Rangers fans give.
You're phoning to thank us, but we'd like to thank you and your teammate for all the dedication and hard work it takes to organise and run all these events to help keep continually raising funds.
Well, it's a labour of love. It's something that that we all strongly believe in on the admin team. I think every Rangers fan believes in as well. And okay, it's become a bit of a monster in terms of the time that it takes up now. But as I say, we've got so much money that we're getting ploughed back into Erskine to help them out. And when you see the looks of happiness and stuff, and the times when we're allowed to be going into see them, and the residents all know what we're all about as well. And when you're speaking to some of these guys, and they're shaking your hand and thanking you for it, that it just cuts straight pulls all the heartstrings, and shows why we love to do it and why we need to do it as well.
Listen, Murray, I want to thank you for taking the time to come and call us. It was only a wee small thing. We got about ball donated. We decided where the money would go and how we do it, and it just grew arms and legs. But we think it's well, as I say, I mean, thank you guys all for doing that and putting that together for it, because it's when we get things like that coming in, and I mean, there's been so many different, especially during lockdown. There's been so many groups that have come together to do just a wee thing, and as I say, whether it's buying a couple of badges or a snood or a face mask, some of the other things that we've put out during lockdown, or I mean, the Union Bears were great. They organised the sale of they created their own T-shirt and made an incredible amount of money that they donated in as well. So as I say, it's the ordinary Rangers fans that are the important ones that are coming together with wee ideas like that, bringing them forward. And as I say, we can channel that through, and obviously the things we do, like this year's pin badge, for example, we sold a record number of them, and without being too biased, it's the most beautiful football pin badge I've ever seen. This year's one. Yeah, but we are biased, aren't we?
We've made a bit of a rod for our own back, because I had no idea how we're going to follow this year's one.
I'm sure you'll come up with something.
But we've got some ideas bouncing about already, because obviously, and again, just the volume of badges. I mean, that was 10,000 badges we sold this year. So
can also get you an open invitation, mate. If you ever want to come back on here to let people know what you're doing or publicise anything, you're more than welcome.
Well, we're going to be, unfortunately, the Tier 4 lockdown has stopped us making a wee bit of an announcement. So that's something that's looming, which is going to make every Rangers fan puff up their chest in pride.
Brilliant.
So I'd say it's a big announcement that's coming over the next couple of weeks.
We're hoping that your annual bowling tournament's back on next year, so we can take up our regular last place as Rangers Radio.
Oh, hey, listen, I think you've been getting a wee bit closer to getting second last every year, have you not? So hopefully, next year will be the year. The bowls events are a great day, and you know it's really come on since Ian McInnes and the guys at Partick Bowling Club.
We were just ahead of our time, mate. We just observed 2 metre rule before anybody else knew what it was.
But again, that's one of the other great things about it is that there are groups come forward to things like the bowling day that have never been bowlers before, but they've sort of taken up to get involved and stuff like that. And you know, Ian's now got a waiting list. For teams that want to get involved with it, because it's one of the other things we like with RSEA is that if we can get something, do it well year 1, do it better year 2, do it even better the next year. Whether Stephen Gerrard's following that philosophy with the team in the park at the moment, I don't know, but he seems to be getting it right and getting that consistency that we need, and hopefully by the end of the season. We'll all be able to get back to Ibrox. We'll all be able to get out to RSEA events and you know, spend good quality time with good quality people.
Listen, once again, Murray, thanks for taking the time to phone us and thank us. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks to all your listeners for helping RSEA, and hopefully it'll be years more of fundraising for Erskine coming up.
So, Murray, can I ask you a question before you go, pal?
Mm-hmm. Don't give my room in the home.
No. Murray, you weren't involved with the winner, the guy that won he got the ball.
No, well,
you're not involved with it. No, well, that's okay.
He's for the people who's getting the funds.
That's cool. I understand that. I just wanted to make sure there was no shenanigans going on. That's all. Cheers, Murray. Thanks.
Listen, Murray, thanks a lot, mate. Speak to you
soon.
Great
stuff. All the best to all you guys and all your listeners as well.
All right.
Okay,
cheers, mate.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That's a great point you make, Bridgeman. Can we put a shout out for Eddie McMaster? Please get in touch with us. Well, don't get an address to send this ball to. Eddie McMaster, you took a shot on the football card. Rangers Radio. Please get in touch.
Eddie or any of your neighbours that's listening in, please get in touch. And we're taking it back. I shouldn't say that.
that was unexpected, but a nice gesture.
It was indeed. Yeah. A marvellous organisation, Erskine. A marvellous organisation.
Right, Southside, where were we? You were going through your report, mate, before we open up the phone lines.
Yesterday, I thought, like I said, we set off, we came out the traps and we were flying yesterday. Like I said, I thought our field was excellent. Like you were saying, Bridgeman, I thought it was all over the park yesterday. He was involved even up until just before the end of the game. He was trying to have a shot at goal and it got blocked. I thought it was all over the park. I thought the team played well. The movement's great. And I think I noticed sort of this season more. In the past, if you think back, Tav used to get the ball in the right back position. And if you looked in front of him, there was a gap of about 20 yards. With nobody there. But this year, we seem to be, he's got plenty of movement. There's plenty of people down the right wing and they're all moving, and it's making it easier for him to get down the right wing. Whereas before he was sort of struggling to pick a pass out because players weren't moving in the past. But that's all changed now. So I see a big difference in that. I thought only yesterday, maybe Balogun didn't have his best of games yesterday, but it's just one of the days. Some players will get that. But I thought apart from that, he gives a wee sort of scare when McGregor gave him the ball across the 6-yard box, and he had to take the man on. But
that was a cracker, wasn't it? That was a cracker.
Hart was jumping out the chest, and thought McGregor had a good save. It was like one for the cameras for the free kick for Matty Kennedy just before half time. And he didn't have much to do. I think he had about 4 saves in total. We wouldn't really call them saves. We had one parry and sort of save for the free kick. But he was in trouble, basically. I think we just dominated them and we battered them the whole day. I think they're lucky to get out for Ibrox with a 4-0, guys.
It flattered them, Southside. I agree, totally agree. Bridgeman, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We've brought in the call by Fox or Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, and we will contact you back. Great performance, I think, with the first caller. I think it might be Dutchie, I'm not sure. Evening, Dutchie.
Good evening, Oxford. Yes, you're absolutely right. How you doing, mate?
All right, mate. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, just a simple thing about yesterday. It was a fantastic game to watch. Mrs. Dutchie, well, better known to you as Miss Airdrie, and I were watching it together. And she always laughs as well. No, she and I watched it together, and our sons, one in Edinburgh and one in Holland, watched it as well, of course, and all the mates, and we were thoroughly delighted to the way it went. You're always a bit nervous because if it had gone the other way, it would have been tremendous wasted opportunity. But fortunately, we didn't only win, but we were really won with style, and it was a fantastic game to watch. We were feasting our eyes. It was a very fast game, and to my mind, Aberdeen certainly didn't gift us the game. They struggled and they tried their best. I sent you a text yesterday. What I'm going to say, I'm going to repeat on the radio again. We were there the last time when we were the last time with our sons at Ibrox. Rangers beat Aberdeen 5-0. And there was no word then of a depleted team. Yet now on yesterday they're saying, Aberdeen was a depleted team, and obviously Aberdeen are saying it, and people who are against us, and because of that, Rangers managed to score 4 goals. Well, they didn't say that when they weren't depleted, when they didn't have people off, as they had a couple of people off yesterday. So it was still a very good team that we were up against. They're third in the league. So they're a pretty good team, and they can be very tricky. But the skills shone through. It was obvious that our manager Stephen Gerrard got it right. He's got them all fired up. He's got a fantastic bench. Even Ian Crocker, my God, even Ian Crocker of Sky, he said this is the best team in Scotland. My God, I never thought I would see the day that I would hear him saying that. I did. I thought, what? I always thought he was biased Celtic, but hey, I think he's beginning to like us now. And, no, it was great skill, and it was a fantastic thing to watch. Dare I say, I've always been very, very critical of our SFA referees, particularly up until the Clancy incident. Dare I say that ever since then, apart from yesterday, that Stonewall penalty that we never got, dare I say that I think there is a slight improvement in the referees. They're not as anti-Rangers now. They're pretty. I know I'm a bit controversial in saying this.
I won't let Bridgeman answer that because he's
I know, but
blood pressure.
I know, but I feel it's going a bit better, and they are fairer. Maybe they've been having a talking to. Maybe they're beginning to realise that we are a really good team with real good skills. I don't know, but they seem to turn around.
We lost the caller and Dutchie. Can you bring Dutchie back in? I'm sure Dutchie will be back. You want to take that point up south side? I don't think the referee.
Poor Dutchie.
Hello there.
Sorry, Dutchie. We were rudely interrupted. Yeah.
Was that being hacked?
No. Bridgeman, you're all right. Bridgeman's behind the desk. He can't hack you for here.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Oxford, Miss Airdrie just walked in. She's just going to have a wee chat about yesterday's game as well.
All right.
I'm going on mute.
Hi there.
Are you all right?
I'm not on the radio, am I?
You're on live, Miss Airdrie, 1971.
You're all over the world.
Yes, the game was absolutely fantastic. I didn't like the comments from Derek McInnes saying 3 deflections and a weak penalty. I don't know what match he was watching.
Well, sore losers, is that the point you're making?
It certainly is. Just be a wee bit gracious in the match would have been a lot better. And I'm glad that he's not our manager.
And is there any truth that you're going to be up with Lewis Hamilton for an honour in this year's honours list for putting up with him for so long?
Well, I hope so. Especially as he's turning 60 soon.
Oh, don't tell everybody that.
Oh well. Good luck with the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great speaking to you all, and keep it going. And here's back to Dutchie.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll be getting punished. I'll be getting
Yeah.
punished for this, mate.
You'll pay for it. Listen, Dutchie, we've got a lot of callers coming in. Pleasure as
Yeah,
always,
of course, mate.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Okay, then.
And speak to you
Brilliant to
soon.
hear your voice again, Dutchie. Well done.
Nice to hear you, Bridgeman and Southside. All the best, guys. Keep
Cheers,
it going for the
Dutchie.
Rangers.
All the best.
All the best.
Best,
Bye.
Dutchie.
Bye.
Great point, Dutchie might say a Southside, but we're just playing at a tempo. We're taking the ball off. The referees took the equation.
I thought the ref didn't really have a look to really. There wasn't a lot of serious fouls or anything like that. I think Constantine was the only one that got booked yesterday, which was a surprise. But I think it's the free-flowing football we're playing, and we're quick and we're movement. And I just thought yesterday it was. I mean, McInnes, I heard his interview after the game. I don't think you can have a lot to complain about. End of the day, sometimes you'll be short of players, and sometimes you've just got to go on with it. And yesterday was one of the days where he had to go on with it, and we battered them. So it's just, I mean, that's just the way it is, mate. And it's just, we were excellent yesterday, and it was great to see that after the 2-week break that we went flying. So they can't have any complaints. You'll no date doing yourself, you get absolutely battered.
As I said earlier, like that, I know it was 4, but that was 4 going on 14. That could have been any number you wanted. If Rangers got their shooting boots properly,
Right,
got it in.
John
Right, I mean, okay.
Evening, caller. Hello.
Well,
Hello, who's
how's
this?
things, lad, Johnny, aye? That's
Hi,
Gary
Gary.
Fifine.
How you doing, Gary? How's things, mate? Oh, hopefully he'll be back with us. I don't know what happened there. He'll be back with us. Right, carry on, Bridge.
Can't remember what I was saying there, just for a second.
Seeing the tempo we're playing it, and we're taking.
I think their manager, any manager that comes out and says and complains that in the way they man their box, there are going to be a lot of deflections, and every club that plays against a packed box, they have shots into there, ball could go anywhere. And the truth of the matter is, there were good goals we scored. Okay, they had to defend and went in. It makes no difference to us. As far as we're concerned, they were good goals, and I'm happy.
All right, we've been joined by Dave from Edinburgh. Evening, Dave.
All right, Oxter. All right, Bridgeman. Southside. Hello.
Hi, Dave. You all right, pal?
Aye, no bad. No bad. Great game yesterday, eh?
Oh, yeah, wonderful. Wonderful.
Dutchie and his wife stole my thunder, because that was my point. I watched that Derek McInnes interview, and I was absolutely raging. He never gave Rangers the credit that they deserve for the way we played, you know? He was like, first goal was...
Would you say he's playing to his own fans, mate? He's playing to his own fans.
He's probably regretting not taking the Rangers job and all, eh? But anyway, he just never gave us the credit, because we played them off the park, and we won there in fourth gear.
Dave, I'm glad you mentioned that. I heard from a source over the last 24 hours that Mr. McInnes was never offered the Rangers job.
Well, possibly.
It never
possibly.
got that far.
But I was just raging at his interview, Oxter, you know what I mean? Rangers, as a guy on Clyde Radio earlier says, we're on fire now. He says, the boys actually made a funny statement. He says, we should be taking a fire engine to the games with us. We're playing that much on fire, you know what I mean? To douse us out, you know? But he never gave us the credit we deserved. We played them off the park, and we weren't even in fourth gear. It just looked so easy for Rangers. And you're talking about their 3 attacks. Their 3 attacks were caused by Morelos losing the ball.
Aye.
If you remember rightly, it was through a rain. It wasn't through their play. It was through Morelos' crossfield pass, one of them. Another one that bounced off them. And I think they got a free kick on the edge of the box. That was a 3 chances, wasn't it? Sort of thing. But we were absolutely outstanding. The last 3 games we scored 3 against Benfica, 8 against Hamilton, 4. Well, in the 3 games, you could say how many chances we've missed as well.
And you come Southside.
I agree with what Dave's saying. As you touched on about the referee as well yesterday, I thought obviously it was a Stonewall penalty.
Oh, Stonewall.
And I heard.
They never mentioned that, did they?
No, I heard McInnes saying that the second one was a bit soft as well. But when you look at it, it was a Stonewaller. And just that, no long after that, Constantine had on Balogun's jersey in the box. It showed you on the telly, you could clearly see it. But that might have been a wee bit soft because they were a bit close together. But you still had a Hoddy's jersey. If it had been noticed, then we might have got another penalty, you know.
For about 10 yards, they'd had him in his jersey, hanging on him for 10 yards.
Oxter, if that was his Aberdeen side taking Hamilton Accies apart like that, would you think he would have said?
And I made a point at the start of the show, mate, that I didn't think there was much in the 2 performances. They could have suffered as easily as Hamilton Accies suffered. I think Gary's back with us. Gary, you back, mate?
I am, mate. Cheers. I got cut off there. It's a bad signal.
You've got a signal. All right, on you go, mate. The floor's yours, mate.
I was just delighted with the weekend results for the Fiddle Drinkers and us. I think World.
It couldn't have worked out better for
really
us.
good. Oh, I was delighted when I checked the Fiddle Drinkers
Obviously, they got the goals in the last couple of minutes. Southside, then the Bridge. Good weekend for us.
Oh, delighted. It's been a great weekend, isn't it? Tardelli's dropped 2 points and we win. For the first time in a while, we take advantage after last season, you know, and we take advantage this time. So it's just a game at a time. But it's been a great weekend for the Rangers, definitely. And we're 11 points clear. And that sounds good, doesn't it, guys?
It does, mate. It does.
Brilliant.
It does, mate. I've got a wee question for you then. Before we go, I think we've been joined by Bob Jer.
No Bob Jer. No Bob Jer, for God's sake.
Is it Gary again?
It's Gary again, mate. My phone keeps cutting off. I hate to keep going
third time lucky. That's all right. It'll be third time lucky, Gary, or 3 strikes and you're out.
Hello.
Right?
Yeah, like you.
Is that Bob Jer?
Wait a minute, Bridge.
Sorry. Somebody talking to you.
Right, when you go, Gary, then we'll go to Bob Jer.
I was just, as I was saying, man, the time when I checked the Fiddle Drinkers score, I just had a feeling that we were going to go and do a job on Aberdeen, and it could have been a lot more, to be honest. And I was jumping about the house, shouting and swearing.
Bro, I don't think you were alone, mate. I don't think you were alone.
No, I think most Rangers fans would have been doing the same, to be honest.
All right, mate, you just hang fire. We've also been joined by a legend, and I will say it. Dave's a legend for Edinburgh, but we've also been joined by Bob Jer. Evening, Bob Jer.
How you doing, folks? All right.
All right, pal.
Brilliant. I dare say we're all more than happy with yesterday. Fantastic. But for every upside, there's a wee tiny downside. Big Dave said there, I was going to say it when I came on, about Morelos getting the ball away. That's the only time that Aberdeen had us in trouble. He's absolutely right. And all I've got to say is, Alfredo, take your substitution with grace, son. Well, we're 1-4-0. You must have been a bit tired, flying 3/4 of the way around about the world. And for the act like a big Wayne when you got substituted, it wasn't needed. As I went along the shop this morning and turned the you-know-what roundabout, and there's a big photo of him sitting sulking. The dive on him right away. Just get a grip, Alfie, son. We're in a good place, a great place. Rangers have never been in for years. Hopefully, at the end of the season, we're going to be in the ultimate place, and I can feel it, and I think we will. What do you think of that, guys?
Can I ask you something on that?
On you go, guys.
I think Alfie's the position he's playing in behind the strikers, I think his hold-up play is getting a lot better, bringing other players into the game like Arfield and that at the weekend, and I just think he's very unselfish. Because the other Alfie would have been trying to hit shots for all the other box, and
he's rolling the team.
I just think he's bringing more players into the game.
His role in the team's definitely changed. Southside, I didn't think he did his best game yesterday, but Southside, yeah.
Aye, his role certainly changed a good wee bit because he's dropping deep, maybe taking the defenders out, and then obviously we've got the runners in behind, and if there's Arfield, Kent, Roof, they're getting 3 runners in behind when he's coming short. His link-up play has got a lot better since he first came. At the end of the day, he's sacrificing himself a wee bit in terms of goals to help the team. And he went off in the huff yesterday, like Bob Jer's saying. And to be honest, we've all played football. We didn't like getting took off. Not that it happened to me very often when I played, but at the same time, you
sound like Oxtear there, pal. You sound like Oxtear.
It's a wee bit of maturity, I think, for him. He should realise the bigger picture. He's been away travelling, and the team's winning 4-0, and you come off and you keep yourself fresh for the Thursday, innit? That's the way you should look at it.
Exactly.
Bridgeman, what was it like getting took half every week? It must have been murder.
Wouldn't never know. I'll never know. Maybe get sent off every week.
I think your point's valid, Bob Jarrett. I think your point's valid, Bob Jarrett. I think he could look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one, I'm the one, outwardly criticised. Well, I suppose I am, but Alfredo Morelos said that I love him, just like the rest of us, and he's been great for Rangers. Like he said, his ups and his downs and on, and I think the recent events that were, a couple of months back, 2 or 3 months back, with all the controversy with him about his behaviour, and sulking and walking away and all that, the team has sorted it out. I hope it's not going to surface again, boys. I think we're all agreed on that. That kind of thing's not going to surface again.
We'll take that, Big Dave. Big Dave?
I agree with Bob Jarrett. I think it's because he was off before he scored. I think if he had scored a goal and then he had brought him off, I think it would have been a wee bit different. But I think it was because all the other players were getting in on the act and he hadn't scored. But I agree with the other guy as well, Gary. He's got a different role in the team. He's not the out-and-out one that we need to rely on now. We're relying on everybody now, if you know what I mean. They're all chipping in.
Here's a wee question.
Another thing, Oxford, before I forget while I'm on the phone.
Yes.
Hey, on Sky Sports, we're the top team in Europe now. All the big leagues, the 5 leagues, we're undefeated, 21 games. Least goals against, most goals scored, and the most, clean sheets.
Yep.
Over double any other team in Europe, clean sheets. We're number 1 four times.
But then
there we go.
And you're no mistaken there, Bob Jerry. I thought the Galacticos from the East End were the top team in the whole of Europe.
Here's a wee question for these. Here's a wee question for these lads. A wee question for these. How would they compare to after 15 games last year, goals wise? How are we doing?
I'm feared to answer that because the Stato will get upset. He'll get upset.
Southside, how do you think we're doing, mate?
Can't be many goals, in it?
I think we're possibly. I don't know, but I'm going to take a guess. Maybe we're about 3 or 4 ahead.
This time last year, which didn't happen to the 8th of December, but after 15 league games, we had scored 45 goals. We're actually 4 goals behind. 4.
Aye, but we've conceded less.
That wasn't the question, Bob.
Bob, come on.
That wasn't the question. Yeah. And we're 2 points better off. Yeah. So this just shows you how important this time's going to. Sorry, Dave. How important this is going to be. This stretch we're coming into. We'll go to Southside, and then Bob Gia.
Aye, it's the big difference is we're not conceding goal. Dave, I'm not sure, but I think Dunfermline's undefeated this season. Just as a restart, I think they might be undefeated.
The 5 big leagues in Europe. I said the big leagues in Europe.
Sorry.
Dave, it was the top 5 leagues in Europe plus the Scottish Premier League.
Right, sorry.
And you go for goals against, goals scored, undefeated. Obviously, 21 games were unbeaten, and an amount of wins as well.
I think, to be honest, I think, to be honest, guys, we're still at the same stage as we were last season, coming up to the Christmas period. You know, we were playing well and we were winning. So, and as you say, with the goals and the points, I just think we're just still in the same sort of stage as we were last season, to be honest. But except obviously we've not conceded any goals, and obviously we've not been beat.
Bob Gia, and then Bridge.
I think a lot of people are waiting on an after festive collapse again for Rangers. Well, like good news for them. That isn't going to happen this time. There's a steel, a determination, a professionalism about the performances this year that have not been there since Gerrard took over. To me, it's getting better and better and better, and only get better still. That's my simple philosophy on it. So, on you go, lads. What do you think of that?
Bridgman.
I have to agree with that. I think that the one thing for sure that's better this year than it was last year, and that's Mr. Tavernier. He's having a fabulous season, absolutely outstanding season. He's been man of the match, God knows how many times, or close to it. He scored God knows how many goals. The last season he went through kind of drought. So I think the team is responding alongside Tavernier. Tavernier's growing into the role. I think so anyway. I think he's in a fabulous season. And young Kent, who would have been maybe a wee bit better at the start of last season, but he certainly came into his game again this season. And I'm actually surprised when you said we were 4 goals behind. But 4 goals, the way we're playing, I think we can maybe make it up quite easy. Well, nothing's easy, but you know what I mean. We're only 4 goals behind where we were last season at this time, and we were actually doing quite well. But this season we had the magic computer, didn't we? We had the random computer places.
Oh, the magic computer, computer.
Yeah.
Big Dave.
I agree with that. But also you've got the rotation of the front 5. He keeps bringing on 5 subs. The last year we couldn't do that. That's why you had the collapse in January. They weren't fresh. They were all knackered probably. He didn't have the bench. We keep talking about the bench, how strong the bench is. That's why he's doing what he's doing. 4-0 up against Aberdeen, the goals against Hamilton. He could make 5 subs. So the legs, December, January, the hardest period of the season, Christmas and New Year, you know that. You go fresh. Like the collapse, as Bob Jer says, the collapse isn't going to happen because he's keeping these players minutes. They've got calculated how many minutes is in every Rangers player's legs, and they know. You know what I mean? He'll play this amount of minutes. As long as we go 2 or 3 up, they'll keep making the subs, keep them fresh for the second part of the season, and we'll just steamroller everybody.
Great stuff, Dave. Great stuff, sir.
So, say this empire that Gerrard's building for a strong base, and we're just looking to get a cherry on the top when we get a trophy, mate. Are we improving for you, or we've got another gear even further to go?
I think we've got another gear, guys, to be honest. I mean, since he's come in this season, since this season's kicked off, we've been flying. I mean, but Dave was saying there, when you look at who we brought on yesterday, Davis, Defoe, Hadji, Itten and Kamara, and in that we've got a £2.7 million signing in there that isn't even getting in the team yet. No, he's finding his feet. The team's pretty settled. And then you've obviously got Hadji, who we paid money for this season as well. So
it was Zunga.
Well, we've obviously got him, although he was out injured, Dave. But just looking at the subs that came on yesterday, you know, like you say, for last season to this season, it's more quality. All right, Itten's maybe still to show us what he'll be really about, but he scored 2 goals already for us this season against Motherwell. So, and he could have probably had a couple yesterday. I think yesterday was just a bit of lack of match fitness and sharpness. But that's a big difference. I just see the strength.
In your opinion, Southside, before you're in the panel, see if Itten does get a goal, do you think he can snowball for there?
I think, to me, I think if he's playing on the right, I think he's slightly out of position. I think when he maybe features more regular, if that happens in time, I think he'll be the number 9 through the middle. I don't see him playing to the right or just to the right like Roof's playing now. I see him as our number 9 going forward. I don't think you pay 2.7 million in the long term and no play him through the middle, because that's where he's going to be probably most effective, where he has been at the club he was before. So that's the way I see it, guys. But
All right.
aye.
Bob G, a question for you. 4-0
Yes.
to Aberdeen yesterday.
What was that? Could you repeat the question, please, Ox?
Did 4-0 flatter Aberdeen yesterday?
Very much so. That's I said all day. I phoned the stepson, my uncle, and just, you know, I mean, I've talked about Rangers non-stop. We obviously know that, boys. That could have been another 8-0 yesterday, easily. Easily.
I agree.
Could have been another 8-0 yesterday. And I'm not want to listen to any
agree as well.
for Aberdeen. I don't want to listen to any excuses for Aberdeen. I don't want to listen to any excuses for any other club. They'll see me before them when Rangers beat them. And like we keep saying, the common denominator is the Rangers do not get the credit. They never get the credit. Even back in the good days, I'm not going to harpoon about Advocate and Scott Simon again, but even back in the good days, they never got the credit. And it's still ringing true to this day under Gerrard. All injuries, deflections, all the rest of it. Nah, that could have been 8-0 yesterday.
Aye,
Dave,
and the rest.
boys.
And the rest.
Dave Feddenborough, I think the rest of the football world has woke up to Steven Gerrard and the team, European results, etc. They're seeing what we're playing. Even some of the people across the city have got a fear now because they're looking at our European results. We know we're not going to get the praise in the Scottish media, but we just have to accept that.
I've noticed that now. Them across the other side of your city, obviously, they're starting to run scared now, aren't they? They're actually starting to admit that Rangers are playing out their skin. And they're hoping that we do collapse like we did last season. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We've got the squad now. Keep saying it. It's not going. And Gerrard don't know let it happen. He's keeping humble. He's just keeping it quiet. And as the boys say, Bob Jer says there, we are getting the credit in some quarters, but in some other quarters we're not getting the credit. Especially McInnes yesterday. You know what I mean? At least come out and say Rangers were fabulous. You know what I mean? They played us off the park or something. Whereas a couple of other managers have said that. You know what I mean? But no, he just wanted to talk about. Oh, Aberdeen were all right for box to box. They were only all right for box to box 3 times because Morelos gave the ball away. That was it.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
That was their play. That was it. Morelos gave the ball away a couple of times, and that was it. The rest of the game, they just toyed with them. Absolutely toyed with them. You know what I mean? As you said, it was 4 going on 10.
I think you're right, Dave. I think you're right. Southside. Obviously, we talked about the game a wee bit in depth when we started, but Kent could have scored in the first minute. We could have had another penalty kick, maybe 2. They hit the bar for a deflected corner with one of their guys turned his back on it. That's their problem, no ours. We had 3 or 4 chances in the last 20 minutes we were trying to pass it in the goal instead of putting it in the net. So it could have been another Hamilton.
Aye.
Definitely. I mean, 4 flattered them, to be honest. I mean, after 53 minutes, we're 4-0 up against Aberdeen at Ibrox. You know, it's been a few seasons since we were 4-0 up after 53 minutes. And like you say, the goalie saved one with a deflection. He saved onto the crossbar. And I just think they got away lightly, guys, to be honest. And just on another wee thing, just quickly, like Dave was saying and Bob Jer said regarding coming up to the new year. If you look at the next, and obviously I'm just jumping ahead here, but just theoretically, we've got Ross County, Dundee United, Motherwell, St Johnstone, Hibs and St Mirren. Now, up to the Motherwell game, we're 11 points clear. So if the Tardellis match our results in the next 2 games, we'll play that game in hand. We're 14 points clear. 14. Then we play the next 3 league games before we play them. And if we beat them, 17 points clear we'll be in January the 2nd. Getting into the second bit or the third sort of bit of the season up to March. That's some points gap to have, and I don't care if they've got 3 games in hand, they've got to win them. So that's the difference I think this year. if they match us up to then, we could be 17 points clear when we batter them at Ibrox in the 2nd of January.
Got to do it.
The way we're playing, we should win all these 6 games as well. The way we're playing, there's no chance anybody's going to. We might not even concede a goal.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Dave. I hope you're right. Bridgeman, if people want to join us, come and join Bob Chair, Bridgeman, Southside, and Big Dave, 4 of the legends of Rangers Radio. What's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972. Get in here.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We brought in a call with Fox and Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. Fox is working on your 2 jingles. That means you must be stars now. You're getting a jingle.
Don't accept it, guys. Don't accept
Oxter, can I just say something about Bigettin? Do you think he'll play up? Ken, you was talking about there'll be like the future number 9. Do you think he'll play him in the cup games? Obviously, go Falkirk on is it Sunday?
I think
in the cup.
I can see potential for him playing.
That's what I was thinking. Jake will play him in the cup. I think he'll start it on Sunday in the cup.
I think
Got to give him games, isn't he?
I think Bassey could play. Is that fair, Southside? Hitting Bassey. If Defoe.
Defoe might come in.
Aye.
Did he have a plastic pitch?
Aye, it's a plastic pitch, mate. Aye.
Is it?
One of the better, Andrew.
Aye. We've been joined.
Aye, focus a plastic pitch, guys.
Aye, we've been joined with George UK. Evening, George.
Evening, lads.
Hi, George.
All right, George.
I think I've got a spot of that man flu, boys, but no, that means I can't even look at any heat. So I must have, and I'll get the heating's off and I'm pure sweltered, so I must have man flu.
You must have had some haggis over the weekend.
Yeah. Is that you, Dave?
Hi.
Dave, don't worry about ring me. Derek McInnes, he's always been a bad loser.
Oh.
You just can't accept the fact, man, that we're a different level above him, a different class and all.
George, what did you think his interview, though, eh?
I didn't listen to him because I can't go to guy. Every time he turns that beard, he looks like a right tramp.
Dear. Thank God for compliments.
By the way, George, we've had some bad jokes on here, mostly for me, but that was one of the worst. Here's a question for you, Dave. You're obviously Bob G. You're obviously a connoisseur of football. Yeah.
Right, I'll try.
If allegedly true, and it's all allegedly, what a bullet did we dodge when we ended up no getting McInnes and ended up with Gerrard? Sometimes you need a
we definitely dodged a bullet no getting McInnes as a manager. Absolutely. Who could he attracted to the club?
Definitely dodged a bullet.
The boy Considine, man, to put a big boy at the back. Who could he attracted to Rangers? No, just basically that. We absolutely dodged a bullet no getting McInnes. There hasn't been a much of the muchness. It had been a carry on for Pedro and Warburton. It would just have been a continuation. They would have been. They're no a good side at the moment. Walk in, they were not going to sit and analyse their problems. That's up to them. But they would have been leading that league now. They would have been. We'd maybe have been sort of, I don't know, a couple of points behind them. But we'd have been talking about catching them up, how we were going to catch them up again, hoping that we didn't collapse after the new year. That's what would have happened if McInnes was the manager. The influence Gerrard's had of this season, as Big Dave quoted all the stats there, it's incredible, it's great. And it looks like, and we all hope that it's going to continue. So, dodge the bullet with Mr. McInnes, I'm afraid.
Listen, George,
I think...
Wait a minute. One at a time.
Sorry. Oxford, he's been the manager of Aberdeen for 7 years. Sorry.
Wait, you hear your name. George, we've been asked if you could leave the call, mate, because the lobby don't want to have to self-isolate for 14 days.
Before I go, so I'm going to drop out. I'm not feeling that good. We didn't dodge a bullet. We dodged an artillery shell.
Cheers, mate. You take it easy. Let us know in
All right,
the
boys.
rest
Have a
of
good
the week
holiday.
how you're keeping. Yeah. And you
Keep
come,
it going
Dave.
for the Rangers.
And you come, Dave.
I just wanted to say he's been the Aberdeen manager for, 7 years? Before Rangers came up, right? They were Celtic's, obviously, their challengers, weren't they? And how many big games did they go into against Celtic and failed miserably? Now, he would have failed miserably with Rangers or not, especially with the big games. I'm telling you, we dodged that massive bullet.
Bridgeman, then Southside.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we did well not employing him. And when I look at the guy, I wonder why on earth we even went there in that area. I dare say maybe 10 years ago he wasn't a bad manager and a bit fresh and so on and so forth. But now, no, I'm sorry, he's a snarler. He's a wee snarler, and he certainly doesn't like Rangers, and that's for sure. He might have been a Rangers player at one time, if you follow what I mean, but he's never a Ranger now. His attitude. And I was intrigued to hear you saying earlier that you think he was never offered the Ibrox job.
I told you, I was heard for a source.
Aye.
Never got that far. He had been offered the job.
Good. Well, that's pleasing. That's pleasing.
Southside, then you come, mate.
Aye, mate. We certainly dodged a bullet. I mean, it's all right being manager at Aberdeen, but when you're manager at Rangers, we couldn't put up with the football that he plays, you know. And he fills it with big boys, and it's like punt the ball every week. I mean, we've got a manager was a world-class player. McInnes, when he played for us in his playing career, he's probably a decent player, average to decent. So I'm not going to criticise him as a player, but we've got a world-class player in his time now in charge of Rangers. Obviously, the contacts that he's got throughout the game, and you look at the type of players that he's attracted to Rangers. I mean, players have came because he's our manager. And I don't even think McInnes would even have went for any of the type of players. And the way that he's building the squad, it's really just icing on the cake for us guys, isn't it?
You're here.
I mean, you can see the transformation he's made in a few boys in the squad, particularly Tavernier. And you might even Tavernier was always caught out of position and he couldn't tackle and he couldn't pass. A lot of boys wanted Rudd. Look at him now. He's totally different. The transformation Gerard's made in a lot, even Morelos, even Barisic when he came. The transformation the man's made overall is great.
Obviously,
Carry on, Ox.
There's improvement in other players. I'm going to put something out there. I wonder if Tavernier wasn't fit. I wonder if that lockdown was a blessing in disguise for that guy to get his fitness, get rid of his injuries, and he's come back.
Aye.
100% fit.
100%.
Anyway,
I reckon that's exactly what it was. Said that months ago.
Yeah. Who knows, Jerry? He might come out and tell us that once the season's finished, he might say, I wasn't fit, you know, but he's not going to say that now, is he?
I don't think he was the only one. I think the lockdown, that lockdown lasted, what do we have, nearly 6 months of a lockdown? That's not, it was 4 months. And that was a tremendous time for people to get off, get rested, more than anything, before they come in for a pre-season. I think you'd probably find there's about 5 or 6 players that were carrying knocks, let's call it carrying knocks. And I think
there's a difference. I'm not saying they were unfit, but maybe not 100% fit. Anyway, lads, get yourselves to mute. We're going to have a tune. Take it away, old school boy.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Come and cheer away, help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone. we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it, Rangers. Do it if we can. Win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay.
You
This
enjoy
is
that,
the
Bridge?
Vodafone voicemail service for
enjoy that, Bridge?
0779666.
Indeed, I've just come back. I've been marching up and down here. Magic. We are Rangers,
Big
okay.
David Bob will be back with us. You've got to be careful when they tunes are on. People can hear you.
Hello.
Are you back, Dave? Back, Bob?
I'm back, guys.
I'm back.
All right, mate. All right, boys. Just if you're on your phone and you start talking to somebody, mate, we hear it and it's through the tune.
All right, I put my phone on mute, Jay, but you must still hear me.
Just throw it in the
I
fire.
will not talk during the tune ever again.
I mean, we're having a close on Christmas Day. Bridge is running it.
Oh,
And anybody
jeez.
wants to how you go and mute and that, yeah.
Open the bucket and throw it in.
Aye.
Right, okay, right. We're all football fans. Go to South Side first, and then we'll go around the panel with us, and before we ask for more callers. We know there's always a downturn and a bad result just round the corner, but this just feels different. I don't know why. I've nothing to back it up, but it just feels different. South Side.
It certainly does this season. I mean, I don't really see going forward in the league where we're sort of going to drop any points, Ox, to be honest. I mean, Ross County away, Dundee United away, Motherwell at home, the next 3 league games. I mean, we're not going to drop any points there, I would expect. So, no, it does feel different. And I just feel as if we're on a roll. And to be honest, it'll probably be a wee bit of a shock to us all. I think if we drop any league points, if we get a draw somewhere down the line, but I just don't see it coming. And that's the way I see it, guys. And I imagine you are all the same at the moment.
Bridgeman.
Well, you know, I keep thinking that this little run that we've been having here is a springboard for us to go on to greater things. I really believe this. We can go into greater things. We've got no fear. We've already beat that mob across the city, went to their bidding and beat them. And we went up to Aberdeen at the start of the season, beat them, went to Kilmarnock and beat them. And the only ones we failed on was when we were away at Hibs and Motherwell. So as far as I'm concerned, this great springboard, we've now got Ibrox literally as a fortress, and the team are playing like that they're in their own home, and nobody's going to beat them, or nobody's going to contend as greater than them. They won't be beat for trying, let's put it that way. So this is excuse me, this is another great test for us come Thursday in the European area. Next game, biggest game of the season, and this is worth a lot of money to us. From a club perspective, it's worth a lot of money to us. So here, I'm all for it, and all I want them to do is just concentrate, keep doing what they've been doing. The manager's fabulous. Just wouldn't change him for nobody.
Just to let people know, we're no shying away for the accounts, but we obviously think the football comes first and foremost. At an appropriate time before the EGM, we will discuss the accounts. Is that fair, Bridge?
That's fair for me, buddy. Fair for me.
Fair. Bob's here. Feel different then, Big Dave?
Hello?
Bob here. Does this feel different for you?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. But it's inconceivable we can win every game that we play off. But it's inconceivable for everybody else as well. That's where the advantage kicks in. And I think the Rangers are going to win far more games than they're going to have. The setbacks will be minuscule. I'm confident of that. So I think, we're looking on a good horizon here. But as I keep saying here, the various calls that I put when I call into the radio station, let's get a trophy. That's the biggest frustration for us. When's the Scottish Cup final? Is that a week on Wednesday or something? Right, that's them conceivably going to win another trophy again and shove it in your face. That'll be four trebles for them. Well, come on, boys. Well, let's get going here. Pick up a trophy. I know the one I want, and we all want, is that league championship. So let's get back to being Rangers, get the trophies in the cabinet, and away we go. I can see a period of domination coming for us. I'm going to have to go tonight then, lads, and say bye-bye to you all, and thanks so much for your company again. And I'll go and I'll let other callers get a show. Because the show's getting, like the Rangers, bigger and stronger. Have a good night, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Mate.
Cheers, Bob. Cheers, Bob.
Big Dave.
Aye. We're only going to drop points if we get complacent, or somebody, or one of the teams try and batter us off the park or something, with the heavy-handed tactics. Because Rangers are playing like a European team now. And nobody in the Scottish League can live with it, because we're playing like a European team. We're not playing like a normal Scottish team, up and at them. We're playing pass, like Liverpool, pass, just passing teams to death. So I can only see us dropping points if we get complacent, or as you go to put on with heavy-handed tactics to try and batter you, getting injuries and all the rest of it. But I mean, obviously, I can't see us winning every game to the end of the season, but I think, as Bob says, it'll be minuscule. You know what I mean? A wee draw here and a wee draw there, maybe. But who else is going to win all their games? Nobody. So we can win this league comfortably. The way we're playing it now, we keep that going to the end of the season, I can see us winning the league by 15 points.
Oh, hope he's right. So, if people want to join us, Bridge, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1957. Sorry, 356 1972.
Or you can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. If you phone in, hang up and we will phone you back. Just a wee announcement for Rangers Radio. Rangers Radio tomorrow evening, once again, for Rangers Football Club, will be joined by Malky Thompson, who's the boss of the ladies, women's team, as it's called now. He's the boss of the women's team, the manager, if you like. He'll be joining us tomorrow evening. So there's another wee announcement for you, Bridge. Bridge?
Sounds brilliant. Well done, yeah. Brilliant. We're looking forward to that.
Yep.
I quite like these. You do very well with these interviews. You really do.
Mate, it's the people who come on, mate. Yeah. If they're keen and they want to answer questions, it's their enthusiasm that shines through. Southside, we're scoring goals. We've scored 12 goals at Ibrox. Morelos and Defoe haven't scored a goal between them. Would you have thought, if I'd give you that stat a couple of weeks ago, you would have thought that was possible, would you?
No, certainly not. I think no, because Alfie had been banging him in for us, but I think it's just the way his roles changed. But you wouldn't have thought that was possible. I see Roof's scored 5 league goals for us this season, so he's off to quite a good start considering he came when he was a wee bit maybe unfit and you had to get yourself into the team. But he's certainly flying now with 5 league goals, guys?
I agree with Bridgman. I thought it was his best game, Dave, yesterday. Ruth?
I had a good game yesterday. As he says, I agree with the guys. The top 3 players was probably Ruth. I mean, I've had another great game for Arfield and Ken. I mean, it'd be hard to see 4 actually. It puts me on the top 3 before. I had a great game. One up in there. And on She's saving them for you.
All right, Dave, we're going to drop you and ask you to phone back in because your sounds went a bit Norman Collier.
All
right,
no problem.
We'll drop you and phone back in. All right. So, that was an interesting start. I know Start was going to kill me, Bridge, but you wouldn't have thought that was possible. 12 goals at home, Defoe and Morelos playing most of the game, and they don't score a goal between them.
Yeah, incredible, absolutely incredible. Although I do find that Defoe is a wee bit unlucky in front of goal, to be honest. The ball just seems to drift away from him, just at the right moment or the wrong moment, whichever way you look at it. And Morelos is playing 10 yards behind where he normally plays, in my opinion, and he's very successful at it, apart from the odd wee slip-up where he's trying to do cross-field passes. He's maybe picking out the wrong space. It's not so much about the person, because they can just read it. Good players can read that and pick it up, So, yeah, I agree with you. Strange indeed.
All right, what gear have we got in Southside, in your opinion?
I actually think we're probably playing in second gear. I thought, it was a bit like a training game at one point yesterday watching it. I didn't want the game to end up. I was loving it. Honestly, I was absolutely enjoying it, and I thought the football we played. So I don't think we're right at our best. I think there's still more to come. Although we're playing really well, and some people might think we're at the top of our game, but I still think this team's got a bit more to offer. I really do. And like I say, going forward, we're playing that well. I don't even know where we're going to drop any points. And I know some of the guys are saying I don't expect to go undefeated, but I don't see any problems in our next 6 league games up to New Year. So I just don't see us dropping any points this side of the year, guys, to be honest.
Oh, I hope you're right. Are you back, Dave, boy?
I am back. I was sounding better now.
Oh, a lot better. I need Bridgman.
It's probably because I've got my finger over the bloody hole.
If you get that wrong, Dave, that can cause you a lot of problems.
I know. It's your wife told me that the other week.
Oh, no, Dave.
Remember, cut your nails, Dave.
Oh, dear. All right, well, Dave, I asked the question to Southside. Go to you then, Bridgman. What gear are we playing in?
Gear? I said that yesterday. We didn't look like we were playing in top gear, and it just looked so easy, didn't it? I would say we're in. If you say a motor racing car's got 8 gears, we were probably in 4th. So we've still got about 4 gears to go.
Bridgman.
I think we're still got maybe 1 or 2 gears to go. I don't know if we're actually. I think we're still playing quite high rate, and some of the stuff we've played in the last 2 games there, where you won't see that type of football at that level of pace in very many teams. I think we're one of the few teams that can actually go at that pace. So we might be actually at the top when it comes to the rhythm and the pace in the game. So I'll maybe 1 more gear. I think we've got 1 more gear left.
All right. People want to join us, give us their thoughts. Bridge, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. Phone up if you're using the phone, hang up and we will phone you back. Come in and speak to Bob Chair. No, you don't. You come in and speak to Big Dave, Southside and the Bridge.
Oxter, can I just say something about gears?
Yes,
It'd be interesting to see if we go a goal behind. If we which I can't see it happening, but if we go, I don't mean in Europe, but I mean in the league. If we go a goal behind, how will we respond?
That was one of the pleasing things about Benfica for him. We went that goal down, I think it was the first minute, and you're thinking, oh, here we go. And who wouldn't have took a 3-8 draw after that?
That's right, we didn't panic, did we?
No, we just kept playing. We knew we'd get the ball and we'd make chances. So they seem to have a confidence in their own ability of making chances.
I think there's. I think when we looked at some of the games, like looking at yesterday, we're 4-0 up after 53 minutes. I think we just seem to want. We've got patience now. We'll knock the ball about, and then I think when we create the chance, we're firing the balls through for the runners, and if they take their chances. But I think there's an area of calmness, and we don't want to go gun-ho too much at times. Like yesterday, although we threatened and we created chances, there was times we just played wee passes round the midfield, back to the back four, out to the wing, back into the midfield, and it looked lovely. So I just think there's a calmness about us this year, and I think maybe Stevie G's got them thinking, going for that, when we maybe get a European game coming up, is probably, I know he wants still to keep the tempo high, like he says, and be a bit ruthless, but I just think we control the games. I think we're controlling games a lot better this season. And it shows, because there's no many games. I mean, there's not a game I think we've actually played this season. We dropped the points to Hibs and Livingston, but we've just about controlled every single game in this league. Every single game we've controlled it from start to finish. That's what I think, guys.
Bridgman.
Southside right there, we've controlled everything, and we're playing with that great fluidness and a bit of pep, you know, and the guys love it. The players love it. You see the smile on their faces when the ball ends up in the net. They're very, very happy, and that's great to have a good, happy squad. There isn't very much more you can compliment them on. Their possessional play is fabulous, and their positional play is second to none. They're certainly the best team in the league, in my opinion. Certainly the best team in the league. Mm-hmm. And by the way, we're in for a real good night on Thursday if we could step up, same pace, and do the business. Because that team were very good against us over there, but the weather was foul. We'll see what it's like here Thursday.
And we get nice weather.
No, what I mean is it was foul. I mean, that game could have been called off or something. You know?
Well, that was the
but even that one could have been called off. The weather was terrible. Anyway, sorry. Looking forward to Thursday to see this team.
It's a big game for the club, mate. It's maybe not so much for the fans, but because of what's going on in the background, Southside. But it's a big game for the club.
Aye, definitely. I can see us qualifying. I mean, we only have to win one game and we've qualified, and then obviously we'll get the kudos for that. The money will come in, which is certainly good for the club, especially in the climate that we're in at the moment. So, Europe is important, but obviously the league's the most important for us fans. But as for the club and the board, Europe's certainly a financial bonus for the club, mate.
All right, we've been joined by Livy Bear. Evening, Livy.
Good evening, lads. How are we doing?
All right.
Good evening.
Evening, Livy.
How's it going? All right, everybody well?
Aye.
Bathgate was on yesterday. Did you hear him?
I heard him. Yeah, he thought Ryan Jack was going to score a hat trick. I'm going to have a word with him.
We had him at 8 sharp this morning, been drinking, drug tested, just to let you know. He failed in both fronts.
He's some boy. His
enthusiasm,
just been listening.
His enthusiasm shines through, mate.
It does. I just listen to the show as always. Some really great points tonight, and I agree with most of the stuff that's been said tonight. And
give us your thoughts then. Let's hear you.
I think we've got to mention a few players. Tavernier for me, absolutely outstanding. Fox mentioned the other night about his engine and what he eats. Just unbelievable. He's an unbelievable athlete, and really come on this season after taking a bit of flack last season. Another mention for me is Scott Arfield, the work rate he puts in as well, and the rotational play on Saturday. I mean, there was points in the game where Aberdeen had 8 men across the box, and with our front three taking in turns to come in short, they didn't know what to do. We had them all over the place. It was great, and I loved the spin from. I forget his name now. Roof. No, the Roof's goal. He spin. He came forward, spun in behind, took it along and put it in. Beautiful goal. So, no, very, very happy. Very happy indeed.
I obviously Tav and Golson and Tav and Arfield are a lot of people's picks yesterday, but I think the remarkable thing, Livy, what we've done is this squad we've got, quite quickly, and just all of a sudden just sprung on us. We've got a right good squad, which is so important.
I think we've spoken about that before in terms of the squad. Somebody said it was like a jigsaw puzzle. You know, you can take one piece out, put another piece in, and nothing's out of place. You know, players are coming in; they know their roles, and it's just great to see. Every player knows their job. They know the role in the team. They know what to do. If somebody goes off, somebody comes on. The squad depth is absolutely fantastic, and it's the best we've had in years, and you can really see that. The only thing I would say of the game on Saturday, somebody said it in the lobby, you know, you're 4-0 up, there's half an hour to go, to bring some changes on, you're maybe looking for a wee bit more, some more goals, but
we're being picky.
We're being picky, absolutely.
By the way, we've won 12-0 the last two home games, and we've no scored in the first 15 minutes in both games. I think something like that. Southside, we've no scored in pretty much the last half hour. We're pretty good in the middle, but
I mean, I think that's what I'm saying. See, to be honest, I mean, yesterday they blocked a couple that were on target. Tav was unlucky with a header when Hadji sort of crossed it. Big hitting. If he'd reacted quicker, Arfield had a shot block. So, as we said earlier, they got away with murder. We only getting away with 4. But I just think sometimes we're seeing games out a wee bit and we're just controlling the game. And I think now and again we're just trying to hit them when we're making the runs. If we see them, we'll play them. But I just think it's great to watch, guys, to be honest. And I think it's absolutely fabulous. And like Livy says, the squad's improved and people come in, people come out. They all know their jobs. They all know the system. And it's just fantastic, you know, man. It's absolutely brilliant. So it is.
Just on that Southside, Rock, sorry, whoever said it about the first 15 minutes. Now, watching games last season, especially the tight games, you could kind of tell how a game was going to go. See if Rangers never scored in the first 20 minutes. You're thinking, could be one of these days. But you're actually watching them now and you're quite relaxed if you don't get an early goal because you know the goals are coming. Whereas I think last season, if we weren't 1-0 up after, say, 20 minutes, you think this could be a turgid affair. We might struggle. Some of the home games last year. So I don't get that feeling this season.
It's interesting. I wonder what people will think, and I'll go to Big Dave for this, is the effects of not having fans there. Is it a positive or negative?
I think it's been a positive on the players. I think they're no feeling the... Tav said it, when was it at the end of last season? He said he come out and said something about the pressure, didn't he? And I think they're playing with a bit of freedom. The fans are on their back because they've played two seasons under Gerrard, two and a bit now, and they've not won anything. Although they're looking a great team this year, a fantastic team, but they've not won anything yet. And obviously the fans on their back and that willing them across the line to win something. And the fans not being there now, it's having a positive effect. I mean, it's not positive the fans not being there, but I think on the players it's less pressure, it's a weight off their shoulders, I think. Whereas at the opposite end of the city, I think it's having a wee bit of an effect on them, no having the fans.
Right.
What do you think?
Bridgman.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think it's been a benefit to our team, and I mean that in all sincerity. That because it's the Rangers fans they flare up very quickly, and we've now had a tremendous run, and they know no matter where they go, there's not going to be any fans other than in Europe somewhere. So until such times the law changes in here, there's not going to be any fans that are going to cause our players any problems at all, and get any verbals from. So they're allowed to, shall we say, put the foot in the ball and just go walk forward with it or do what they need to do under no pressure from the Rangers fans particularly. However, if that changes. We have to see they've now got a lot of experience playing without the fans, And how they're going to play their game, we don't know. But I think it's a great benefit to the Rangers at the moment, our club and our team, that we don't have the fans there. I'm raging that I'm not there. I'm absolutely raging. I want to be there. I want to see my team. And among many, many thousands of others, we want to be able to go and see our team, particularly in our own stadium. We want to go and see them. However, I'm quite willing to go ahead as it is now and get to the end of this season as we are now in the lead, get us 55.
And that's fans started to be allowed back down south of the border, south side, so maybe it's no far away.
Aye, I heard that earlier on, Ox, that they were talking about getting fans in down in England, so that's a positive. We'll just need to wait and see if the authorities up here are going to allow it. Like you're saying that, we having no fans, I mean, the performances this season at Ibrox have been excellent, so I don't think we'd really have been on their backs, but you know what it's like when players come in and they've no been at the club and heard the roar at Ibrox, and I can see sometimes if the fans go on their back, but I think we've been playing that well this season. But I'm not sure if it's really helping us or no. The fact that we're just playing well and we can't get in the stadium at the moment, that's how we've just got to judge it. But like Bridgeman says, and like yourself, Ox and Dave, we're all dying to get back to Ibrox just to create the Ibrox roar again and roll them home to 55.
Oh, that would put the cherry on the cake. That would put the cherry on the cake. Right, lovely. We're talking about our team and our players not getting the credit, but I don't think our manager and our staff are getting the credit either. Particularly when you look at our results in Europe, Scottish football's got to wake up and smell the coffee here.
Definitely, Ox. We're having an effect on. We're obviously living Rangers being where they are, but the effect that's having on Scottish football and dragging Scottish football up with us. So I think the rest of Scottish football's got to be thankful for what we're doing. And what can you say about the management team at the moment? I think we've ran out of words. I don't think we've got any words left. They're just simply the best.
It's no coincidence, Ox, that Scotland have qualified for a major tournament. Rangers being back at the top. You know what I mean?
I get where you're coming from. Ryan Jack, arguably the best player the night they qualified, yeah. Arguably. Yeah.
Scotland have suffered with no having Rangers in the top tier, you know what I mean?
Aye. You weaken the gene pool, mate, it's only got to go one way, innit?
Yeah.
All right.
Gene pool. The gene pool. I love it. I love it. Brilliant. Just brilliant, pal. Brilliant.
Just going back to the fans in the stadium, wouldn't it be great to go back for an end of season time toll winning party?
Yeah.
That would be the cherry right at the top of the cake, mate. It would be big style, mate, for I don't think I'd be able to sleep for a week.
I can see you having a full house before the end of the season. I can see them being allowed back before the end of the season.
Listen, I'll tell you now, if we don't get back in, there'll be 55,000 people in my house the day we win 55.
But I think even down south, they're talking about, I don't know what, 10,000 or 9,000 maximum in a stadium, something like that, you know. And that will fit the way they're looking at it. I don't think it'll fit us because we'll not get 9,000. They'll not let us get 9,000. They might let them across the city get 9,000. I don't think they'll let us.
I'll be interested to see how it pans out. And obviously, things are moving very, very fast. They're moving now on a daily basis, mate. Let me speak to some of the things I'm talking about at work just now. It shows you how things are starting to move when we're off here. But we're waiting for Dale's coming in to join us. Yeah, I think how are we doing, Dale?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. That was a great game on Sunday. I was going to phone in. I was going to phone in, but I was too tired. I was up at like 3:30, and I was listening to some of yous, and then I was watching the pre-match show, on Rangers TV. But it was just brilliant because I was kind of nervous because I've got that way, just a Rangers fan, where you're always like, when are we going to slip up? But it was just no sign it at all. It was unbelievable, So I'm just loving it right now. I think it's brilliant. I'm just loving the pain, that's coming to the other side of the city.
South side.
Aye, how you doing, Dale? All right, pal?
I'm good, mate. Aye, how you doing?
Aye, good, pal. Aye, they've been screaming for crowds to get into that stadium up at the San Jairo, haven't they, for weeks and months now. Obviously, the magic computer tried to fix it, and it didn't happen. But there's nobody at our board shouting to get fans in now. And we cannot just sit patiently and wait, because once we get there, we'll be that many points in front, hopefully, man. We're just going to rock the place to the end of the season. I can't wait. And once we win 55, I'll be blotted for about a week.
We've got plans, me and Big Stevie, we've got a Hummer all booked up, ready to roll, mate. You need your passport. I think he said a bum bag. I think I read that right. I'm sure that's what he said.
They call it a fanny pack here.
Oi.
Not the day, honest to God, they call it a fanny pack.
Oh, come on, knowing the show, we're live all over the world.
You're live in the west of Scotland, Dale. Christians listening.
Right, it's a bum. It's a bum out here. That's what I said. It's a bum. All right, okay. All right.
But we get your point.
Aye, right, thanks.
We're going on a road trip, me and Big Stevie, so when 55 comes, I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to California?
No, mate. I'm sure we'll be lucky to take it.
I thought you were saying you were going to get her to the States and then jump on Route 66 and go for it.
Honestly, we'd be lucky if we get Uri Pollock to pick up South.
There's a lot of truth in that, isn't there?
But we'll see where it takes us. But this momentum, this feel-good factor, when all this is going on about us, it's bizarre in some respects. Libby Bear then, Dave.
We're just in a great place. Somebody mentioned about going unbeaten to the end of the season. I think we're capable of doing it, but there might be a slip or two in there. But let's enjoy it while it lasts, and bring on 55.
Right, Dave.
I like the guys say we are capable of going the whole season unbeaten. Well capable of the way we're playing now. I'm just looking for. I can't wait. Like Bridgeman, I can't wait till Thursday. I think we'll beat this mob 3-1 on Thursday. I can't wait.
I think we've got a good chance because of I think they've lost a couple of players to COVID. Not to COVID, but I mean they're sort of. I don't mean they're dead or anything like that. Just
Yeah. But also, Bridgeman, we're still reeling for letting that game go. We were 3-1 up and we let that go. We're still reeling for that. I think we'll be out the blocks on Thursday.
You may be right there, but I don't think our team are still reeling from that. I think they've got a lot to prove to themselves.
Well, Gerrard said himself they were still a wee bit annoyed about letting that slip.
Well, they'll be annoyed, that's for sure. And that's what
I mean. And I can see us turning them and proper managing it better this time, But I can see 3-1. What it should have been the last game at 3-1.
Make no mistake, they are a first class team. Class team.
But so are we.
If they've got any reserves at all, then we're going to be in for a really good night. And it's just a pity that we can't get out to see them, because that would be a wonderful sight to see. Rangers playing Benfica at Ibrox, just wonderful. And we know, watched them against us. They were playing brilliantly. They went down to 10 men, and they still played brilliantly. Yeah. We were good. We got some good goals. Played some nice stuff. Put the pressure on them, and then we sat back a wee bit. And for some reason or other, we couldn't raise our game again. And that's all that was to me. Just couldn't raise our game. They took all the advantages, very speedy through the middle. Very speedy.
Sure, we'll start building up to Thursday. This is only Monday. Keep it on there. Keep the mind on track.
I'm just saying, mind we're a first class team as well, Bridgeman.
There's nobody knows better than the Bridgeman what we are now. I'll tell you. I'm so proud of them.
We're a good side. We're a good side. There's no doubt about it. But we have to get that monkey off our back. It's a bit of, we need to get an order in for some Duraglut deal. That's what we need.
Oh, for sure, aye. And just keep the shine, the polish. Just keep it bright and shiny. Every game, we've got to really just go out there right for the start and just take it to them, because we seem to have the defence. They can run back and forward. It's totally different from what I've seen in years at Rangers now. There's confidence going into every game. And, I think I actually got irritated, towards the end of the Aberdeen game there, because Rangers were passing the ball, in their own half and all that. I'm going, come on, get me here. Because they were so far ahead. And it's been so long since, I've kind of felt that confidence in the Rangers team.
Livy, that was a bizarre thing yesterday. 4-0, you're thinking, right, okay, let's go on. You could score more than ever, but you'd have took 4-0 before the game started, mate.
Absolutely. Would have taken 4-0 all day long, or even a Bridgeman at 1-0. But you can see why people were a wee bit kind of disappointed. You're 4-0 up. It's Aberdeen we're playing. You want to absolutely hammer them. You've got half an hour to go. You're thinking, come on, give some more. Put some shine, more polish on it. But 3 points is 3 points. It's it keeps the momentum going. And let's not try and be too disappointed. Like you say, we're maybe getting spoiled now. So just keep it going, one game at a time.
Southside is up with Gerrard and the coaching staff. They're seeing the big picture rather than just individual matches.
Aye, I think, like you said, he made the subs, took the right players off, obviously with the mind on Thursday night, and I think that's the way it'll be this season. But I dare say there'll be teams, we will give teams another drubbing. There could be another 7 or an 8, and like we said, Sunday could have been that, and it would have been Aberdeen that copped it. But in the big picture, I think game management should see us through a bit. In the league, we're putting the goals away, we're still scoring plenty at times, and I'm not worried, guys, to be honest. I'm just happy how things are going. I'm really delighted the way we're playing and the way Stevie G's managing the team with the players.
Along with the backroom staff, mate.
Aye.
It's not just Stevie G, is it? There's a real concerted team effort.
Aye, Michael Beale and Colshaw and one of the other guys, I can't remember his name, but they've certainly got us playing excellent football, and the system they're playing, we can see the benefit and the amount of movement we've got now in the team with the players we've added. It's brilliant to watch. It's probably the best that we've played in a long time. Probably back to, like we said before, maybe under Advocaat, to be honest.
Wow. So
I have to admit, sorry, pal.
On you go, Bridge.
No, I was going to say, I have to admit, though, I was a big Warburton fan, and I thought he had us playing probably for about a good 7-8 month period. He had us playing absolutely fabulous football, and we thought we were going to get promoted straight away up to into the Premiership, but it didn't happen, and the management fell apart. But I thought he had us playing really, really good stuff, and that victory we got against Celtic was just out of this world. Just out of this world, the victory at Hampden. Unbelievable stuff. But
you've also got to look at now, mate. We're going to Benfica,
Oh yes, I understand. I just mean, no, we're a different animal with a different set of management, who are, to all intents and purposes, well supported by the board.
Dale, we're in a different place, huh?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is. I've never seen, the team, just the way it just all fits into place. I mean, I can do a 2-piece jigsaw puzzle. It's a bit of a challenge, right? But if you look at all these players that they've got, then he just seems to be able to fit somebody in. Whoever he takes off for somebody that's just as good, if not better, than who's coming off. And it's I'm just really enjoying it right now. It's the best time. for a long time, to be a Rangers fan. After being through what the team's been through, and it just shows you the character of the club and who they've got in there right now. And as you were talking there about the, Stevie G's staff, every single one of them, they've all bought into it. They all know exactly what they're talking about. They know exactly what to do in the training field. I mean, for goodness sake, even the doctor, and he's about 70, he shows up in a tracksuit. It's no real. I mean, just the professionalism and also along with that, I'm obviously not there, but just to see some of the stuff that Rangers have done to their infrastructure as well, I think it's amazing. You talk about the Phoenix, you know what I mean? It's unbelievable what Rangers have done over the last 8 years or so.
Remarkable. Southside, obviously it's a team effort. The guys in the boardroom, the supporters, the thing. But there is a positivity about our club that maybe the acorns that Gerrard was planting when he first came in the door, it's all just starting to come together this now. And maybe our expectations were just a bit high.
I agree with what you're saying, Ox. I mean, I think Gerrard's backroom team that's now at Ibrox were all part of the under-18 set-up at Liverpool. I might be wrong. Maybe Beale might have been with the first team at some point. I'm not sure. But I think the way I gathered the story, he brought them with him to Ibrox. They were all part of the youth set-up at Liverpool. And then he brings them to Ibrox. And you're talking about a massive club, on par with Liverpool, right? But I still say we're the biggest club in Britain. So he's to come into Ibrox with the pressure that he had and then start to put the building blocks in place. And it started to show last season and the wee bit when he came in. And now he's just sort of putting other pieces into this jigsaw that we keep talking about. So for where we are now, the football that we're playing and the teams that we've been competing against in Europe and his record, it's unbelievable to be an under-18s manager and then come into your first job at the Glasgow Rangers and produce the goods now that we're starting to see, and long may it continue, guys.
Could I come in?
Aye, go for it.
Aye, no, I agree with Southside there. I was just about to say, we seem to be doing it. You can see the Liverpool way and the Rangers, the way we're playing. Obviously, it's Liverpool. The team we brought over is off of Liverpool, and you can see that in the Rangers play. But we play like Liverpool. Obviously, we're not as good players as Liverpool, but we are playing like them to a certain degree, and they've brought that with them, and they've turned good players, really good players, into even better players. I mean, they can see a good player, I know, 50 grand for Kamara and all these guys. They can see a good player. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to go and spend £5 million to get a good player. They know a good player when they see one. They've got Aribo for nothing, Arfield for nothing, Kamara, who else? Quite a few of them, eh?
Hi, the built a squad. Just to let you know, Dale, Southside Dale, Dave, Livy and Bridge, 3 years ago on this day, in the league, we'd played 13 games, all right, we played a couple more. We'd won 7, drew 3, lost 3, 4-27 and against 15. So that's where we were 3 years ago, and that's where we are today, Southside.
The Mark Woodburn either, aye?
No, that would have been Kachina. And then obviously he'd have went round about now, wouldn't he?
Aye, he went in October, aye.
And then Murray would have come in. That shows you how bad we were, mate. Yeah.
Oh, aye, definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong, the players that we had at that time done their best for the club. I'm not going to decry them when they've done their best, but when you look at the calibre of manager that we've got now, I mean, Pedro was a joke, and then obviously Graham Murray came in and done his best. But the transformation now, the board deserve loads and loads of credit. Also, Ross Wilson, who's come in, I'll take a lot of credit for that as well. He obviously knows players, and obviously going forward between him and Stevie G, they'll get us even hopefully better players to join the squad. But aye, the transformation's unbelievable. I mean, if you look where we're sitting in the league now, and the record that we've got to back then, Ox 3 years ago, unbelievable the transformation he's made in the club.
I found it incredible, Oxter, that when we were playing that mob we beat, was it Hamilton Accies? No, was it Hamilton, wasn't it? Who did we play last week? Week before? Hamilton. We beat them 8-0. So at half time, or whenever the manager was going to bring people on, who does he bring on? He brings on Sir Stephen Davis and Glenn Kamara. Unbelievable. Look at the quality of the guys that are on the bench. True internationals, and that's our bench. 18 months ago, that wouldn't have been the same. 2 years ago, wouldn't have been the same under Casina. We had, what's the boy's name? Pele or Pena? The guy, boy, oh my God. Oh my God.
The thing about it, guys, as well, when you're talking about that squad 3 years ago, we've still got Alfie, we've got Tav, and we've got Ryan Jack. And if you look how they've developed as players now under Stevie G, it's night and day. The performances they're putting in week in, week out, club is phenomenal.
That's a good point, actually. That's a good point.
Stevie G's kept them because he obviously seen something in them, and they're the rest of the previous squad that we ever had since he's come in. And it's testament to the 3 players that they've came forward with, and they've certainly. I mean, Alfie's a better player, Tav's an exceptional better player, and Ryan Jack's got better, and that's the way I see it. So it's great, isn't it?
Lovely bit. Lovely bit.
You'll not see Steven Gerrard hiding in a bush, that's for sure. Professional on and off the park. We're at a great, we're in a great place. I echo the words that Southside said. I think the board and Ross Wilson have done a fantastic job. The recruitment's been fantastic, and everything's going in the right direction.
Yep, here.
And our manager has had virtually no support from the press, Scottish press, because of us, because we're Rangers. No support at all. And
I don't think he's a jot about that bridge.
Oh no, of course not. Neither do we. Now we know where we are. We know where we are. They don't. I think it's shocking for Scottish football. Still think it's shocking for Scottish football that everybody's standing back and watching these people literally abuse Rangers. I'm talking about the press. Terrible stuff.
It's all a house of cards, mate. All a house of cards. Somebody could be proved right there.
Dave King, of course.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad they're not going over the top, to be honest. They're really praising his bridge, to be honest. We're just steadily going along week in, week out. Players carry the pressure by playing for the Glasgow Rangers. That's enough pressure to carry. Aye, it's nice to get the plaudits, but then sometimes they might derail slightly. A player might think he's doing really well. The now Stevie G's kept her feet on the ground. We're just plodding along week in, week out, and we're picking up the wins, and that's the way we should just keep it. That's the way I like to see it at the moment, guys, anyway.
And we're feeding off it, I know.
If you look at the difference in the reaction after beating Celtic the last time at Parkhead, and the reaction at beating them at the New Year game, I think that you can tell a lot for that. How Gerrard's wanting to keep the team in the team's feet in the ground, take one game at a time. There wasn't an overreaction. It was job done off the pitch. I liked that. I liked the reaction after the New Year game as well, but I think we've learned a wee bit then since then.
A good point. I think Gerrard's chased what do you call him, Brendan Rodgers out of Celtic Park away down to Leicester, because that was the first time that Celtic got beat. Particularly, it came to Ibrox thinking they were going to absolutely waltz it, and Gerrard sunk him. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the reason why he left. It might have taken him 2 months to get out of there, but that's the reason why he left. He couldn't cope with Rangers beating them. He just couldn't cope with it. In my opinion, it's only my opinion. And it was the same the previous manager before Rodgers when we beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup semi-final. He couldn't cope with that, and the club couldn't cope with that, and the boy gets sacked. And the same thing's happening now. Same thing's happening now to Leonard. If they know he's not going to last, Gerrard's going to beat him, and they can't cope with that. That's my opinion.
Do you remember the day when Graham Murray was in the tracksuit at the side of the park and he'd done a backflip? Yeah?
Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah, that's 3 years to the day tomorrow. Yeah, and the Rangers team that day was, anybody want to have a go at it?
Oh, for God's sake.
At Dens Park. Anybody want to have a go at the first 11?
What was his name? The boy that just left, the goalkeeper that just left.
But you need to get 11 in them, Bridge. You haven't got them all.
Okay. Could maybe get the 11 in them between us, or?
No, I don't think so.
The panel, and I don't think there's a friend between you, so it's up to you. Right, go
Cardosa?
Are you putting him in goal?
No, Cardosa centre back in goal would have been Foderingham.
Mm-hmm.
Cardosa at centre back.
No, wrong.
No, it would have been that Kiernan then, or whatever his name, Kiernan.
Nope.
No more guessing. You're making a fool of us.
Right, okay. Wallace at left back.
Wallace at left back.
No. Tab at right back.
You've got two.
Oh, for God's sake.
Kenny Miller up front.
Do you think it'd be easier Southside if I maybe just told them a team and put them out their misery?
Aye, tell us the 2 options, yeah.
Just tell us, aye.
Right, Fods in goals. Tavernier, Declan.
Who?
Declan John.
Declan John.
Oh, Declan John, aye, the left back guy.
Annie Wilson, Ross McCrory, Ryan Jack, Dean Windass, Daniel Candeias, Jason Holt, Kenny Miller, and Alfredo Morelos, substitutes who come on. Herrera came on,
game as well.
And Ryan Hardy came on. That was the substitute come on.
Yeah.
That's 3 years ago.
Oh my God! I don't think it was Dean Windass, was it?
Josh
Windass.
See, Oxford, getting back to knowing a good player. That's why he's kept K3. You're talking about Tav, Jack, and Morel. The management team could see a good player, and they've kept. I mean, look how much they three have improved.
I mean, there is people that are a good judge of player. Like Southside's always been a big fan of Connor Colson. He saw it when the rest of us didn't they, Southside?
Aye, I've told you before, he's grown on me. He had a good game, don't get me wrong, he's been really good. I had him up there. I had, like I said, Sunday I had Arfield man of the match for me, Golston, Tav, Kentnap. But aye, he's grown on me, mate. He's grown on me. Still think there's a wee accident in there sometimes, but aye, I can't disagree. He's playing well now. When you look at the other centre backs that day, I'd say he's better than A2 any day.
I think he's the best centre half we've had for many a long year. I think he's a superb centre half. Me personally, I've always liked him.
And he's improved since he's arrived as well, hasn't
absolutely. He? Southside's mentioned there was a wee couple of times when he sort of lost the head and dropped the ball, dropped the bar, so whatever it be, you know.
Well,
all of a sudden,
Livy then Dale.
I completely agree. Goldson. I guess you could put Goldson in the same bracket as Tavernier. Last season, he was getting pelleters and he made the odd mistake, but he's certainly doing well this season. And he's certainly better than what we had 3 years ago. That's for sure.
Yeah, Dale. Well,
you say Dale or Dave?
Dale. As in Emma.
Emma Dale, hi.
Anyway,
thanks,
Dave, you come in, Dave, because he'll be enjoying the sunshine.
No, it just goes back. You've got to give the coach staff so much credit that it's unbelievable how much they've improved. Every player in the team. Barashit's had a bad 6 months, didn't he? Scored against St Mirren. He's never looked back. goals St Tav last season we're talking about. I mean, Arfield's improved so much as well. I mean, every single one of them. The coaches, you've got to give the coaching staff the credit. You've got to give them all the credit. They must be working on the training ground on it every day. Like they say, for the last 2.5 years, they've been working on the system, drilling it into them, and the guys are listening. They're taking it in. They're on board. They're all on board. They're all in it with each other, and it's proven. It's coming to fruit on the park, isn't it?
Dale, you back with us, mate?
I am. I think I'm back. I don't know. It must be that big chin of mine put me on the mute again. But what was I going to say? It's a testament to Gerrard and his team, and your man Ross Wilson as well. They brought in better players. So the players that we had, like your Tavernier, your Morelos, and all that, they've all came up. They've upped their game because they've had to up their game because of the quality that we have now. And even if you look at, that latest signing they made, Zungu, I mean, he's going to be a replacement probably for, I would imagine, Davis. Because as much as Davis is a brilliant player, but he's getting a bit older now. So they're looking ahead as well, just to try and keep it going and keep that cycle going. And
keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going for the Rangers.
Keep it going for the Rangers.
Well, gentlemen, we have reached that time of the evening, and it's over to Bridge. Well, if Bridge is there,
Bridge is here. Sorry, pal. Sorry, just stepped away for a second. What a wonderful night again. Really enjoyed myself. Still buzzing from last night. Probably wait until Friday before I come down, or Thursday. And what can I say to other Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio? Every single one of us. 2 sleeps or maybe 3 sleeps before the big game. That's me. I'm up for it. Let's go and do it. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Thanks to all the callers. Too many to mention. Just a special shout out to the Rangers supporters. Erskine Appeal, who phoned us to thank us for the donation. Eddie McMaster, if you're about, get in touch, please. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to Southside and Bridgeman for taking the time to be in the panel. All School Blue and Fox for running the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night. We will be joined by Malky Thompson, the women's first team manager, coach. But we'll also be joined by Big Stephen from the drum. Take it away, All School Blue.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white from the day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I would show him the way as he did on that day. And so now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. When I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the dearth, my father and son. And it's sure safe to say at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.